Don't worry, I'm not making the same mistakes again. No, you're making all new ones. I'm John Renton with the retro view of The Lost World Jurassic Park, aka Jurassic Park 2. What the fuck are we doing on an island with dinosaurs once again when the first time it didn't work out and turned into a whole fucking fiasco with bloodshed and mayhem and a Jeep roof bursting and the kids were frightened because it wasn't actually supposed to happen, boogaloo. I don't think that title would fit on the marquee, but yes, the Jurassic Park Trilogy. Until the next Jurassic Park trilogy. By the way, got this for a sweet price at a local half-price books a number of years ago and decided, why not give this a chance? Why not, after rewatching the first one for the 30th anniversary, why not watch The Lost World Jurassic Park? Okay, I'm just going to say right now, I did not really enjoy The Lost World Jurassic Park when it first came out. It was a serious downgrade from the first. You're never going to recapture the magic of something so iconic as Jurassic Park, but it had a chance because Steven Spielberg returned. David Cope returned as the writer. And you had Jeff Goldblum returning as Ian Malcolm. You didn't get Sam Neill or Laura Dern returning, but okay. One of the original cast members, you had Richard Attenborough as John Hammond. The problem is the way they explained all this stuff, it just felt so unnecessarily convoluted yet simplistic and very bland. And I don't really think this film knew what the fuck it wanted to be. But in the lead up to the upcoming Jurassic World Rebirth, because the world was really crying out for a 7th Jurassic Park movie after the last trilogy was a bit of a fucking fiasco. Or at least had its moments, but no, it was actually pretty much a fiasco. I don't remember enjoying the other trilogy all that much. You do have Julianne Moore, though, and I will take Julianne Moore from 1997 or 2025. I don't care. I fucking adore that woman. I would go to the ends of the earth for a woman like that. She plays Sarah, who is apparently the girlfriend of Ian. And let's just say after a little bit of setup where we have some very snooty parents with just taking a vacation on an island. It just so happens to be an island with dinosaurs on it. Their kid gets attacked. And now, suddenly, John Hammond is being ousted from his position as head of this tech corp thing. There's also the name InGen. You know, ingenuity, ingenetics. Might as well have been inbred for how stupid everybody was. Fun fact, the kid was Camilla Bell. Yes, the one that was in the remake of When a Stranger Calls. And that movie Push. That actually was kind of fun. And you know, whatever happened to her? She seemed to just kind of disappear off the face of the fucking earth. But you can definitely recognize that it was her. I mean, even though you see her in When a Stranger Calls, you're like, there's no way that's the same person. And then you see this, it's like, holy shit, it is her. The sad thing is, I think this is probably the best acting she did. She was a kid here. But don't worry, Camilla Bell will save this movie by getting attacked off screen and whatever, but we can get some other actors in this, such as Pete Postlethwaite, who actually is a terrific character actor. Unfortunately, it says Vince Vaughn in it. I have a personal disdain for Vince Vaughn. I just do not think that Vince Vaughn is a very good actor. I think he has moments where he can show a little bit of decent, ability, but he's not really all that great. But you have Richard Schiff, you have Thomas F. Duffy. And let's talk about the facts and figures of this movie. $73 million budget, which would be almost double. That'd be $145.7 million today. Nearly the budget recouped in the opening. $72.1 million, which would be $143.6 million in today's money. $229 million U.S. haul. That's $456 million in today's money. Not as good as the first. And $618.6 million worldwide, $1.23 billion in today's money. Now that sounds good. Until you realize the first one made $1.1 billion worldwide. And that was... that could have been due to, some re-release figures, but by and large, that is mostly the chunk of $1993, which pretty much double that, basically. So yeah, things were starting to slide downhill, and then you found out why when you watch this. So, there's an island, Isla Sorna, where, there you go. We got that going on. Sorna. It's like sores are going to happen if you get near any of the natives. I don't know why I said that. So, yeah, Camilla gets attacked. That's what you get for not really acting well. And when a stranger called, that's unfair. She seems nice. And we get a government cover-up. There's a character named Ludlow. With a name like that, you just know he's going to be pure evil. Hammond just blurts out to Ian Malcolm, "Thank God for Site B." What do you mean, Site B? Why are you continuing this? It didn't work out the first time, you goddamn old bastard. I love Richard Attenborough. I'm talking about John Hammond, the character. Richard Attenborough is a tremendous, tremendous human being. But goddamn it, you don't bring shit back and then not have the means to take care of it. Plus, again, the first Jurassic Park was so goddamn pure that it really should... I mean, a sequel was inevitable with figures like that, but... Yep, so John Hammond basically says, "Oh, by the way, your girlfriend's suddenly there because I couldn't talk her out of it." I mean, who would not want to be in a relationship with Julianne Moore? Seriously, she just seems like the perfect woman. I'm fine. I'm totally fine here. Oh, yeah, Vince Vaughn is in this as a photographer that also has a particular set of skills that he uses about halfway through. And Kelly just happens to be Ian's daughter. More on that character in a bit. I have nothing against the actress, but goddamn, there is one scene that just totally fucking lost me. So, this one guy takes them to the island. How did the RV with the trailer fit on that boat? I have questions. Julianne Moore, my word, let me talk to you. So... you probably shouldn't touch the baby dinosaur because then suddenly you're going to get stampeded. Ian finds out that Kelly's there because she tried to make breakfast and it didn't work out. And Sarah basically says, okay, you don't save me when I really need it, but you show up when I'm doing something that I love. So, Engine shows up. They have all these means and everything. We have Roland, played by Pete, who's a hunter that wants to collect a bounty. He wants to hunt a T-Rex. I mean, we've all been there before. I think everybody would have wanted to hunt Tammy and the T-Rex or Theodore Rex. God, both those movies. Theodore Rex in particular might have been more offensive. So, Roland means well, but he just wants to hunt. Ludlow's a full-on dick. This cast of, like, people that work for Engine must have been from the Clone Army and Attack of the Clones. It hadn't actually come out yet, so I don't know how that works. They were all stupid. I'm not saying capturing a dinosaur would have been easy, but when you have at least 10 to 15 people trying to bring down a halfway sized dinosaur, and you can't even get two people on the same goddamn page, you need help. So, Engine captures this baby T-Rex. Ludlow is a bit too smug about all this stuff. Nick frees all the dinosaurs that they captured, so they trample. All this stuff's destroyed. There's a car crash into a tree, flaming car into a tree. That was nice. That was a nice little scene. And then they rescue the little baby T-Rex. They have to fix its leg. Ian's not going to like this. I'm not liking this movie so far. So they wrap it up, they fix it, and the T-Rex, while grateful, is like, I don't know if you hurt my child or not, because I don't know what you are, so I'm going to kill you. Knocks the RV trailer off, it's hanging off. Big, dramatic scene where the glass is breaking. Oh my God, they're hanging on. Richard Schiff is trying to save them. Doesn't work all that good, because he gets eaten. But the rest of the crew manages to save him. And now all these people, bad and good, must band together. By the way, there was an earlier scene with Pete's, the guy from Until Dawn, the guy that played the Doctor from Until Dawn, has also played a lot of characters. He's in this. He ends up shocking one creature at one point. That doesn't necessarily work out well for him because he gets devoured later. That was actually kind of creative. I mean, I'm skipping over quite a bit of this stuff because none of the movie gels long enough to justify any of these, action like, spouts. There are a few decent things towards the end of the movie, but by then it's too fucking late. So, we're going to go through the forest, into the woods to Grandma's house. We go, hey. Actually, they're going to a broken down facility called a village that's supposed to have a way to radio for help if it has power still. And that guy ends up getting killed by all the compies or the chompers. Basically, it's like a pack of hyenas, little baby raptors that like devour this guy, and the blood flows in the river. I mean, that's kind of nice. The thing is none of this feels earned. Like, none of this really feels earned. I mean, yeah, it was a little justified, but whatever. So, everybody ends up in this cave. There's this waterfall, and blood's running down the waterfall. Lisa Left Eye Lopez, no! God, that's a deep cut for people, and everybody hates me right now. But then they're going through this tall grass. Still better than the movie In the Tall Grass. And the Raptors took the wrong turn at Albuquerque and started attacking and dragging people down. There were Spielberg moments in this, but I almost feel like there was studio interference, or he was too busy worrying about Amistad, which came out the same year, or Saving Private Ryan that was coming out the year after this. Spielberg's on the Mount Rushmore of directors, even with his misfires. But goddamn it, this should have been better. I'm not saying it should have been a slam dunk. I'm not saying it wouldn't have suffered from Ghostbusters 2 or even Jaws 2 syndrome. Jaws 2, I do also think it's a bit of a bad rap compared to the first Jaws, because the director at least tried. But they get picked off. It is kind of funny. I mean, I called them Bugs Bunny Raptors just because it was like, the silly little thing like the grass to dirt. What should we do? Go as fast as you can. They run. They get to the village conveniently. Vince Vaughn then reactivates the old facility and is radioing for help while the Raptor gets on Julianne Moore's back. I will fight you. I will fight you, Raptor. I'll lose, but I'll fight you. And then Ian Malcolm's trying to save them, do all this stuff. There was this one point, though, a little bit before when the T-Rex smelled the blood of the baby on, I think it was Julianne Moore's vest or whatever that was hanging. And the T-Rex went into her tent, and I see it's okay when a T-Rex goes into a woman's tent, but if I try doing that, I'm kicked out of the campsite. Moving on. So, basically, they're in this little building that's very dilapidated. It's very filled with overgrowth. Like, nobody bothered to maintain this stuff. Then again, the dinosaurs were roaming free. We couldn't exactly get Mary Maid to go out there. But then the scene where it totally lost me is where Kelly does, like, parallel bar stuff, or, swinging around, swinging your arms from side to side. And then she does the gymnastics Mario and kicks the raptor through the goddamn wall onto some spikes. And I said, okay, I'm done. I hate this. I hate this. And I know that maybe I'm thinking too much into it, because I don't mind a movie being fun, but no. Fuck you for doing that, Spielberg. What the fuck? So, the helicopter's coming in for help. They rescue them, the good people. But then they realize, oh, by the way, suddenly the bad people had managed to capture the baby T-Rex and the mother. Or the father. No, the mother. I think it was the mother. And... or maybe it was the father, because there was a little bit later where Julianne Moore says he knows. But I just want to assume it's the mother, and that a mother's wrath knows no bounds, and we're going Gorgo here. I'm going very, very deep on the monster references. So, they managed to bring it back. But Roland says, I spent enough time, I believe I spent enough time in the company of death. And he leaves. And then bam, we're back in the States where Ludlow says, we're going to bring this to you guys, and we're going to bring it into this amphitheater that was built, and everything's going to go great. Oh, the boat's out of control and crashes. Because they have a fucking T-Rex on the goddamn boat. What did they think was going to happen? By the way, there's a person's hand hanging off the goddamn, steering wheel. I know it's called something, but I just don't fucking care at this point. And the idea now is Ian and Sarah, Jeff and Julian have to get basically the baby T-Rex to wake up, get the T-Rex back where they can drug it and take it back to the island, where it won't kill people. Now, here's where the movie tries to come alive. It's going around the residential neighborhood, the adult, drinks from a pool, kills a dog. This kid sees a dinosaur outside of his window. The parents are upset, then they scream. And the problem is even though I didn't mind this, I just feel it's tonally inconsistent. It just doesn't know what it wants to be. Then they manage to get it back to the goddamn warehouse, or they drive through the warehouse wall. Jeff Goldblum apparently taking lessons from Billy Joel on how to crash into things. And they managed to also have a 76 gas station ball roll down for those of you that are out of the country, living outside this country. That 76 is a brand of gas station that I used to work at until we switched to Chevron. That being said, Ludlow tries to get the baby T-Rex. The mother-father shows up. And then a proud parent watches this baby T-Rex kill Ludlow. To be fair, yeah, I mean, he fucking deserved it. But now, they drug the parent. They manage to get the baby sedated as well, and they take him back to the island. And Hammond says, let's preserve this place and let's just let them be and not go there. And he sent a crew there to get photographic evidence, but he knew Engine was going to come in, and I just, whatever. I hate this. It didn't do anything. I actually don't hate it, but just compared to the first one, it's just such a downgrade. This is painfully average if you sum it all up, but it's easily the worst entry in the franchise, at least from what I remember. Now, I might end up rewatching the new trilogy and feeling differently, but I remember this being a major low point. The third one wasn't all that great, but it was also about 35 minutes shorter. Anyway, that's the Lost World Jurassic Park. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter, Letterboxd, Blue Sky handles in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.